I don't see anyone ever talk about on TikTok what it's like when you live with whores. I have lived in two different houses prior to this one. First house was when I was really young, so no one was really like a whore. We were all in college, but everyone was decent and had like boyfriends. And when they didn't have boyfriends, they weren't having boys over or anything like that. They were just worried about school, going to work, smoking weed, and just having a grand old time. We were all pretty close too. I was going to go in the military, so I moved back home. And then ended up not going in the military because I was offered 6 years, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. And then the next year, I moved back into another house. My roommate from the banister, which I found her, so I was like, all right. So I had to move back home, and then I eventually moved into now this house. I've never lived, even in the place where my roommate herself, they were all like ravers and like super into drugs. Like every single time I come home, they'd be like tripping on LSD or doing Molly or something, and it's like whatever, but they weren't like actively just like having dudes over and having sex and doing this and doing that. The house I live in now, I live with someone who's like 46, and I live with another girl who just moved in who is like in her 30s. When I tell you the countless number of men that come to this house, they meet them on date number one, and they spend the night, and they're like, oh, you can't use the kitchen from 4 to 8 p.m. because I'm cooking dinner for this man. Okay, so the place that I pay rent in, I'm not allowed to go into for 4 fucking hours so that you can cook a meal for a man you just met.
When I tell people a lot of times, and it's a lot of guys out there that can probably attest to this also, that no matter how old they are, like, you see how she just described the age of the women that she's in a roommate with, no matter how old they are, no matter how rich or poor that they are, that the nature of a lot of these snow bunnies is crazy because they live their lives like they are in liberal hell. Like they'll do anything, they'll participate in anything, they'll try anything. And I take the position that most women, almost all women, but most of them in general in Western culture operate like this. Like they're promiscuous, they out in the streets, they deceitful, they'll lie, they'll try to make it seem like that you're the only one or they only did this one time. But a lot of guys actually likes to pedestalize white women a lot of times and make it seem like, and this is in all cultures, black, Asian, whatever, and make it seem like they are the most sweetest, innocent ones on the block. The reality is that they are out here living like crazy. Every time that I get a video and somebody sends it to me and it's like, oh, I'm a single mother. For every Asian, Latino, Hispanic, black woman, single mother that I come across. And I do understand that, in black culture, that there are more per capita. So per 1,000 people, you will find it more. But if you talk about the majority of the population that's on social services, if you talk about the majority of the population that's out here, the most people in general that is out here becoming single mothers, divesting themselves against their husbands, the people that was suffering the most, the first, and as far as becoming passport bros, all of that come from snow bunny culture first. When you talk about feminism, that started with white women. They just leveraged black women as the face of it in order to continue to get y'all on board to do the thing that's not in your best interest. So a lot of this stuff that you are adopting, that you are embracing, you think it's you, but you are basically adopting something that was here way before you ever decided to participate in it because you can't think for yourself and get off the Democrat plantation. A lot of times you embrace something that's not even for you. You was not supposed to be like this. You're not supposed to be a single mother. You're not supposed to be super promiscuous. You are supposed to be, a flower. You are supposed to be something that's delicate, that's awesome. They are out here, my body, my choice, body positivity, feminism, and all of this stuff. This is something that is embraced in mass until they decide that they want to change. And I see a lot of guys, they believe that snow bunnies are as pure as a white driven snow. And that's why I say it's on an individual basis. You have to evaluate each individual person based off of what it is that they do, and you cannot continue to embrace this trash culture thinking that you are going to be special. You're not. You're going to get disappointed. You're going to be treated like a sucker. You're going to catch diseases because it's a lot of chicks running around out here catching diseases and giving out 2-for-1s, herpes and chlamydia. At the same time, you're going to get taken to the cleaners. You're going to get your household broken up. And this woman is telling you, she said, listen, I am living with whores. These women are out here living La Vida Loca, and they are basically living their best whore lives. And that is another reason why they love to try to break up their families. They are out here living crazy, my family. Out here living insane. So be very, very careful.
Okay, got it. Um, but the amount of times where I've been told I'm not allowed to use access to whatever portion of the house for X amount of hours because they want to show this person that they literally are probably going to see one time because they're not going to talk to him ever again. It's so frustrating constantly seeing new guys and having to just like act like, oh, hi, like, nice to meet you, as if like my roommates don't have new dudes here all the fucking time. I hate living with whores, bro. Because, like, the thing is like, they... And then I have to hear them fuck. Like, this one right here, right above my room, she's a loud one when she has sex. Like, I literally have earplugs hanging on my wall because...
And a lot of y'all think that that's cute. You think that that's something that you want to be a part of because you might have boxolitis, but it's not. It's not cute.
I just have got to the point where there's no point of just like flipping the fuck out because I'm just like, I can't deal with this, so I have to pop earplugs into my ears. I live in California, so obviously it's not feasible for me to live by myself, but I so would if I could, because I'm so tired of dealing with people's fucking hotivities and having to be a part of it and having to work around it. Like, it's just so, it just, I don't like it. Like, I hate being around shit like this because this is not how I am. And so it just, like, disgusts me. And then they tell me their horror stories and I'm just like, oh, nice. Like, when did you meet this person? Oh, it's the first time I met them. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't roll like that. I also, too, don't want to, like, shame anybody or make anyone feel bad about themselves. But, like, why the fuck are you telling me this?
Shame them.
As if you think I care or I would be supportive in this. And
why are people afraid to shame other people? I mean, you know, I get it when people don't want problems and so they don't put themselves in a position. But when you sit there and you listen to it, instead of saying, oh, no, I don't even get down like that, that is also a part of shaming when you tell people that you don't do something or you don't get down like that. But everybody is so busy trying to be PC and everybody is trying to make everybody else feel comfortable that nobody actually wants to say that, hey, you are a whore and, you know, you for the streets. And you shouldn't be living your life like this. And somehow, some way you think that that's going to hurt you or somebody is going to say something negative about you or you're going to make somebody uncomfortable. But guess what? They didn't care about your comfortability when they decided to be loud and to tell you you can't come into the kitchen for the next 4 hours because they trying to impress some random that hit it on the same night and they 46 years old, 47 and 50 years old and 29 years old and 27 years old and they've been doing the same thing since college and they're not using no rubber. Nobody is telling them that they making you uncomfortable. And so why y'all so busy trying to not make them comfortable when they basically making you got to wear earplugs in order to go to bed because they can't even control themselves and they have no regard for the rest of the house. Let me know what y'all thinking inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Always giving credit to the content creator. That'll be down in the description also. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.